Hey guys, it's Barrett with the Camping Camper. I'm here with Steve from Shelburne RV here in Cleveland, Tennessee. And today we want to talk about how to test your rig for propane leaks. You know, that can be something that's quite catastrophic if you miss. And we're going to go over some different ways to do this, from the simple, cheap, easy ways to the complete system test. So we're going to talk about that right now. All right, guys. So one of the quick things that you can do if you're worried about a leak, you can use your nose, because propane has that rotten egg smell. So if you smell that, definitely you need to be thinking about a leak. You can also use like a soapy water test if you feel like something's leaking in a specific area and you don't have any other resources. But let's go into some more comprehensive tests. So the best test that I think that anybody will say is using a manometer. You can make one yourself with some plastic tubing and a couple of 2x4s. There's plenty of videos on doing that. And that's not quite what the professionals use, but it does do the same thing. Some other options here are a little sniffer, which just goes around and senses propane. It's just sensitive to the smell that it gives off. And along that route, you can also use the Manometer tank checks. I really like these. I like the pro versions myself. But with this, it gives you pretty accurate levels. And if it's going down and nothing's running, then that can be another clue. You also have the RV Gasstop. Now this you can use for a low pressure test, because you can actually prime this, disconnect it from the tank, and then walk away for like 24 hours and you can see if the pressure changes. So that's kind of a good in between too. Now let's see what the professional said.
Well, and so we take it to a little more, a little deeper than that, because we obviously are going to put a manometer on the system, and then in a 10-minute period, we want to see how much drop in pressure that we actually have. Because again, all this stuff is great, and it's good to go around with soapy water and check all that stuff. But what happens if you have a gas valve in your furnace that's leaking, it's way back, and you can't get to it? Yeah, sniffer would probably get back in there and do all that. And the boys do use some sniffers once they're doing the drop test. But we've seen gas valves on furnaces leaking. We've seen gas valves on water heaters that leak. The gas valves in your stove will weep a little bit sometimes over time. And we've even seen the regulators start to weep over time. Gas is a nasty product, and typically like even on a gas regulator, we recommend that you change that regulator at least every 5 years. I mean, we have coaches come in here that got 20-year-old gas valves on there. And I mean, gas is a nasty product, and especially in the wintertime when the diaphragm has to open up more to allow more gas to flow. Sometimes it won't do that because the regulator's got a problem. And so we've seen regulators leak around the crimped bases. And some of that stuff, yes, you can catch with soapy water. Some of that stuff you can do with that. But our big thing is we do like to do an actual manometer test just to make sure. Yeah, this is great stuff if you're out on the fly and you're not sure, and it works great. But again, we recommend every couple of years having a drop pressure test, because again, 15, 20-year-old coaches, gas valves do wear out. Regulators do wear out. So, there's not many things in the RV industry that really scare me, but propane does. And I'm very particular on how we test that and how we check that to make sure that not only do I know that we fixed the problem, but we know that you're safe.
And just a quick question, where's the most common places to hook up a manometer?
So typically what we do is we'll either do it at the stove, or we'll take the line at the water heater. Sometimes we take the line at the refrigerator. It just depends. Now, some of the regulators actually have a port designed on the regulator where you can tap into the regulator, depending on the brand. They do have ports on the regulators where you can check right there. One of the schools, they actually teach you to build a venting device that you hook up to the line, and you vent propane into the area where you're doing the test. And I can't say that I agree with that, because that seems very dangerous to me. But yeah, there's several different ways to do that. But again, it's something that you got to be safe about, because the only thing that ever scares me is propane.
And if you don't know what you're doing, go see a professional.
Please ask somebody who does, because like I said, that's something that I'm very particular about, because we've seen too many problems with propane. I actually had one of my technicians was out on a mobile call one time, and had a propane problem, and the owner of the coach had turned the propane on while he was working in there, and he actually blew the cabinets out because the customer didn't communicate with my technician that he was working on something in there, and then he was, you know, kind of a bad deal.
But we do say that, you know, if you get your pressure tests and stuff done, propane is a safe system to work with.
Absolutely. No different than your ammonia refrigerator. If you're not sure, have somebody look at it. All those safety things are in line. You know, there's rupture. These units are actually designed where if there's a rupture down the line, they will actually cut off the flow of gas. Most hoses that hook up to this have a check valve in those, so if they ever rupture, you know, squirrel gets under there and chews a line in two. Usually once it starts doing that, you'll hear that line go boom, and when it does, it's cut all the pressure off to that line. So again, just make sure you've done your due diligence.
Guys, that's all we have today, but be sure to stick around for our next video.
Do not forget to hit that subscribe button.